Hi everyone. So from today onwards, we are going to discuss about automation testing. So in the automation testing topic, so basically we are going to discuss about that Selenium. So basically we will follow the Selenium with Java language. So day by day I will discuss everything. I will update everything. So no problem on that. So now, so today's agenda will be that what is Selenium, then what is the history of Selenium. So this type of things we are going to discuss. So first we have to know that first point is that what is Selenium? What is Selenium? So what is Selenium? So basically Selenium is a open source. Selenium is a open source automated testing framework. So Selenium is a open source automated testing framework. So Selenium is a open source automated testing framework. So why we use this that Selenium? So basically Selenium we used to validate web application across different browsers and platform. So we used we used we used Selenium to validate web applications across different across different browsers and platforms. Okay, so what is Selenium? Basically Selenium is a open source, or we can say open source means it's free.
So we don't need any kinds of pay for that purchase of that Selenium. So basically Selenium is the open source automated testing framework. So basically we used Selenium to validate web applications across different browsers and platform. So what do you mean by different browsers? So different
Selenium in Chrome browser, we can use Selenium in Firefox browser, we can use Selenium in Safari browser, we can use Selenium in Microsoft Edge browser, etc. So lots of browsers are there to validate um, the web application by using Selenium. So that is called by browser. Now what do you mean by platform? The platform means operating system. So we can use Selenium by our Linux operating system, by our Windows operating system, by our Mac operating system. So these all are supported in Selenium. So Selenium we use to validate Selenium to we use Selenium to validate web applications across different browsers and different platforms. Okay, so for browsers means so browser so different browser means we can use Chrome, we can use Firefox, we can use Safari, then we can use Edge, etc. etc. Okay, and for platforms, what platform Selenium support? So we can use Windows, we can use Mac, or we can use Linux. Okay, so Linux, etc. So lots of platforms are also available. So these are the supported thing that Selenium support. Okay. Now, so we can use multiple programming language also. So multiple programming language. So we Selenium can support multiple programming language. So what are those? So those are like Java are there. So C# are there. Then Pythons are there. Python are there. Then we can say PHP are there. Then Ruby are there, etc. So these are the programming language that can Selenium support. So Java, C#, Python, PHP, Ruby, etc. So nowadays Java and Python are the very trendy. Okay, so you also know that. So Java and Python is the very trendy in the market nowadays. So I will discuss Java and Python day by day. So first we will start our programming language or Selenium by using Java language. So then later I will update the Pythons as well. So this is the Selenium. So that is Selenium. So Selenium is an open source automated testing framework. So basically we use Selenium to validate web applications across different browsers and platforms. So browsers means we have Chrome browsers, we have Firefox browser, we have Safari browser, we have Edge browser, so etc. etc. Then for platforms, so we have Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. Then for programming language, there are Java, C#, Python, PHP, Ruby. So these are the programming language that can support Selenium. Okay. So this is basically the basic introductions of Selenium. So now, so this is Selenium. Now the second question in our mind is that what do you mean by what is Selenium testing? So we all heard that type of name, that Selenium testing. So what do you mean by Selenium testing? So the testing done using the Selenium testing tool. So testing done using the Selenium testing tool, we can call as that type of testing is Selenium testing. So testing, I am noted down here. So testing done using the Selenium testing tool. Selenium testing tool, that is called as a Selenium testing. So testing done using the Selenium testing tool is called as a Selenium testing. Okay, so now we have clear idea about that what is Selenium and what do you mean by Selenium testing. Now next part or next point is that Selenium suite. Okay, so point number 3 is that Selenium tool suite. So Selenium tool suite. So what do you mean by Selenium tool suite? So basically Selenium software is not just a single tool. So we cannot say that Selenium is a single tool. Okay. So Selenium software is not just a single tool, but a suite of software. Suite means multiple, right? Test suite. So we have already discussed about this thing in our manual testing tutorial videos, that what do you mean by test suite. So lots of test cases are lots of test scenarios are present. So that is called test suite, right? So suite means multiple. So Selenium tool suite means, so Selenium software is not just a single tool, but it is a suite of software. So multiple softwares are available in the Selenium tool suite. So each piece catering to different Selenium QA testing that we need of an organization. So what are the tools? So there are four things are there. Okay, four tools are there. First one is that Selenium IDE. Okay, so we can, the full form is that Selenium integrated development environment. Okay, Selenium integrated development environment. Selenium integrated development environment, that is called as a Selenium IDE. So that is tool number 1. So tool suite means, so as I have already told you that there is not just a single tool. So there is multiple tools are available. So first tool is that Selenium IDE or Selenium integrated development kit. Second one is that Selenium remote control, that we can say as a Selenium RC, Selenium remote control. Now point number 3. Number 3 is Webdriver. And point number 4 is Selenium grid. Okay. Point number 4 is Selenium grid. So there are basically 4 tools are available. So in the 4 tools we can called as together Selenium tool suite. That is Selenium IDE, means Selenium integrated development environment. Then Selenium remote control, that is RC, Selenium RC. Then Webdriver, just a Webdriver, not Selenium Webdriver, just Webdriver. Then Selenium Grid. So 4 tools are available. So all tools are together called as a Selenium tool suite. Okay. Now, so we have a clear understanding that what is Selenium tool suite. So now let me draw one diagram. Okay. So let me draw one diagram. So now this is called as a, this is Selenium suite. This is Selenium suite. Okay. So now in the Selenium suite, there are four options are there. I mean, 4 types are there. Okay. What are those? As I have already told you that what are the 4 things? That first one is that Selenium IDE. Let me draw you. Let me draw for you. So this is Selenium IDE. This is Selenium RC, and this is Selenium. This is Selenium Grid, and this is Webdriver. So there are basically 4 things are there. 4 tools are available for the Selenium suite. That is one. That is one. Okay, so these are the 4 tools are there. Okay, so I am naming it as like. So what is that? So this is Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE, and now this is Selenium RC. Selenium RC means Selenium remote control, and this is Webdriver. Webdriver. This is Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid. Okay, so 4 types are there, 4 tools are there. So now listen, remember very carefully. So now what happened? So this Selenium RC and this Webdriver both are merged. What happened? So both are merged and created one another thing, one another tool that is called as Selenium 2. Selenium 2. Then later Selenium 3s are there. So later Selenium 3 has came. Then Selenium 4 has came. So currently Selenium 4 version, Selenium 4 is running. So this is Selenium 3. Then this is the Selenium 4. So 4 is the newly implemented. 4 is the new versions of Selenium, that is Selenium 4. So this is the something called Selenium suite architecture. Okay, so Selenium suite has 4 things, 4 tools are available in Selenium suite, that is Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, then Webdriver, then Selenium Grid. Now later Selenium RC and Webdriver both are merged and created one another different tool that is called Selenium 2. After that it's improved and came Selenium 3, then Selenium 4. So nowadays Selenium 4 is running. Okay, so this is Selenium tool suite. So I will discuss everything that is Selenium IDE, Selenium RC. So all I will discuss, no issues. Now next one is that, fourth point is that who developed Selenium. That is the important. Selenium. Who developed Selenium? So who developed Selenium? So as we know that Selenium is a collection of different tools. Okay. So it also had different developer, because as Selenium is a collection of different tool, so different developers are also available, right? Now, so basically who developed Selenium? So primarily Selenium was created by Jason Huggins. Okay, Jason Huggins. Selenium was primarily created by Jason Huggins in the year of 2004. So primarily Selenium was developed by Jason Huggins. So as I've already told you that Selenium is a collections of different tools. So that means different developer was there, right? But primarily Selenium was created first Jason Huggins in 2020, 2004. Okay, so who is that guy? So Jason Huggins is the engineers at ThoughtWorks. So Jason Huggins is the engineers of ThoughtWorks. ThoughtWorks. So this is the company. So Jason Huggins was the engineer on that ThoughtWorks company. So what is the reason behind that to create the Selenium? What is the main reasons why Jason Huggins created that Selenium? So there is one history. So basically, I'm telling you the history. Okay. So basically, Jason Huggins was working on a web applications. Okay. So Jason Huggins was working on a web applications and that required frequent testing. So having realized that their applications repetition manual testing was became increasingly inefficient. So it is taking lots of time by using manual testing. Okay. So that's why Jason Huggins created a what he created a JavaScript program. Basically, Jason Huggins was created a JavaScript JavaScript program. JavaScript program. So Jason Huggins was working on a web applications that required frequent testing. So having realized that their applications repetitions manual testing was becoming increasingly inefficient. It is taking lots of time by using manual testing. So that's why Jason Huggins was created the one JavaScript program and that would automatically control the browser's actions. So whatever actions we are performing, that means whatever browser's action we are performing by the use of that JavaScript program, it is automatically handling that. Okay, it is automatically controlled. So as that's why he named that is as a JavaScript test runner. So JavaScript test runner. Okay. So Jason Huggins was created a JavaScript program that would automatically control the browser's action. So that's why he named this program as the JavaScript test runner. Okay. So that is the development history of Selenium. Okay. Now next one is that. So that is I am telling you the history. Guys, I am telling you the history. Okay. What is the Selenium history? Now one thing. So when the JavaScript program has been, when the JavaScript program has been done by the Jason Huggins, then another program comes into that picture. So another program comes into the picture. That is the same origin policy. Same origin policy issue. What is that issue? Same origin policy issue. What is that? So basically, same origin policy prohibits JavaScript code from accessing elements from a domain that is different from where it was launched. Okay, let me give you some example. So take an example. Suppose the HTML code is, let's say, www.google.com. www.google.com. Okay, so this is the HTML code. So the HTML code, whatever HTML code is present in this www.google.com, so that is used a JavaScript program. Okay, so that is used a JavaScript program. Now, what is the issues on that? So the same origin policy will only allow random script.js. Okay, only allow random script.js. Random script.js. Okay, so random script.js. So only allow is that random script.js to access pages within the google.com. Clear? So what I am saying? So I am saying that the HTML code in www.google.com uses a JavaScript program. That JavaScript program name is as random script.js. Okay, so the same origin policy will only allow random script.js to access pages within that google.com. Okay, so we can, so such as we can use that google.com, suppose let's say google.com slash mail, we can use that, or we can use google.com slash, let's say, login. Okay, then we can use, let's suppose, google.com.signup. google.com.signup. So however, it cannot access pages from different site. Suppose different site means, suppose yahoo.com slash search, so like that, or yahoo.com slash login, or yahoo.com slash logout. So because why it cannot support? Because why it cannot access that? Because it belongs to different domain. Now we have clear idea that what do you mean by the same origin policy. So the same origin policy issue means the same origin policy prohibits JavaScript code from accessing elements from a different domain. I mean from a domain that is different from where it was launched. That means we are launching it from that google.com, but we cannot access that in yahoo.com because that domain is different. So that is google.com mail and that is yahoo.com search. So that domain is different. So this is the problem of same origin policy. So what happened? Okay, so to I mean, why so as this is the same origin policy, so now for overcome the solution, overcome this same origin policy solutions, what introduce? We introduced selenium RC. Okay, so to overcome that same origin policy issue, we introduced Selenium RC. Now who used that? I mean, who created or who created that Selenium RC? So the Selenium RC was created by Paul Hammond. Paul Hammond is the creator of Selenium RC. Okay, he is also another engineer of ThoughtWorks. So he is the another engineer of ThoughtWorks. So basically Selenium was created by Jason Huggins. That is 2004. So he is the engineer of ThoughtWorks. So he created a JavaScript program, then JavaScript test runner. So in that JavaScript program, one issue is there. That is same origin policy issue. So to overcome that same origin policy issue, Paul Hammond, he is also engineer of ThoughtWorks. He created that Selenium RC. So he invented that Selenium RC. Okay. Now, what is the fulfill of? I mean, what work has been done by the Selenium RC? So unfortunately, tester using Selenium core, okay, had to install the whole application under the test. So why the same Selenium RC has came. So what Paul Hammond decide? So Paul Hammond decide to create a server, and that will act as an HTTP proxy. So to trick the browser into believing that Selenium core and web application, and that will being tested, that is come from the same domain. So basically what he done? So Paul Hammond has create a different server, and that will act as a HTTP proxy. So he's created a HTTP proxy server. Okay. So on that HTTP proxy server, he did some trick that the browser is believing that Selenium core or Selenium web application being tested, that is came from the same domain. So obviously we can easily overcome that same domain policy. Okay. So that Selenium remote control, became that became he changed the name, and the name is the Selenium 1. So if you carefully see the diagram, Selenium RC. So Selenium RC means we can say that it's later on it's a Selenium 1. Later on it's a Selenium 1. So that's why after Selenium 1 and Webdriver 2 are mixed up and came to the new thing, that is Selenium 2. So that is a Selenium 1. Okay. So this is the importance of Selenium RC. So now you guys have clear idea about that. What is Selenium RC? Now the next one is that Selenium grid. Selenium grid. So what is the history of Selenium grid? So basically Selenium grid was developed by Patrick Lightbody. Patrick Lightbody. Okay. So Selenium grid was developed by Patrick Lightbody. Okay. So what he done? So Patrick Lightbody, to address the need of minimizing test execution times as much as possible. So if we use the HTTP proxy in the Selenium remote control, so maybe it will take more time. It will take maximum time to execute. So that's why he thought about that. If we reduce the time, so it will be more useful for us. So that's why Patrick Lightbody is address the need of Patrick Lightbody, to address the need of minimizing the test execution times as much as possible. So he initially called the system. He created something and called the system called as a hosted QA. So hosted QA. Basically, hosted QA was capable of capturing browser screenshot during the significant stages. So suppose I am doing one test. So each and every browser easily, by using Selenium grid, he can take some screenshot in that significant stages, and also of sending out Selenium commands to different machines simultaneously. Okay. So Selenium grid means, so Selenium grid was created by Patrick Lightbody, and Patrick Lightbody, to address the need of minimizing test execution times as much as possible. So he initially called the system name as a hosted QA. Okay. So basically it was capable of capturing browser screenshot during the significant stages, and also of the sending out Selenium commands. Okay. So we will discuss about Selenium commands later. So sending out the Selenium commands to different machines simultaneously. Okay. So this is the birth of Selenium grid. Now next thing is that Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE. So Selenium IDE means Selenium Integrated Development Environment. So who created that? So Selenium IDE was created by Sneha Kasatani. SINY Sneha Kasatani. Okay. Sneha Kasatani. Basically he is the man in Japan. Okay, he is the man in Japan. Selenium ID was created by Shinya Kasatani. Okay, and he is the man in Japan who created the Selenium ID. So what is that Selenium ID? Selenium ID basically an extension of Chrome and Firefox. Okay, so extension of Chrome and Firefox. So what he created? So basically Shinya Kasatani was created created Selenium ID. So Selenium ID, what is that? Selenium ID, a Firefox and Chrome extension, and that can automate the browser through a record and playback features. Okay, so extension the Chrome and Firefox, and we can say that browser can do record something. So record and playback feature. So record and playback feature. Okay, so record and playback feature. So Shinya Kasatani is the man in Japan who is created the Selenium ID. So that is a Firefox and Chrome extension, and that can automate the browser through a record and playback feature. So we can record we can record any of our testing by using the extensions of Chrome or Firefox, and we can playback that. Okay, so record and playback features is available on Selenium IDE. Okay, now next one is that Webdriver. So Webdriver. So we have already discussed about Selenium RC, Selenium Grid, Selenium ID. Now next thing is that Webdriver. So what is Webdriver? So who created that Webdriver? Simon Stewart. Okay, Simon Stewart. Basically, Simon Stewart is created that that Webdriver in the year of 2006. So in the year of 2006, Simon Stewart created the Webdriver. So when browsers and web applications were becoming more powerful and more restrictive, okay, with JavaScript program, because basically first of all, from the beginning, JavaScript program has been developed. Okay, so when Simon Stewart noticed that the browsers and web applications are becoming more powerful and more restrictive with that JavaScript program. Okay, so JavaScript program means Selenium core. So JavaScript program we can say as a Selenium core. So then it was Selenium, Webdriver was the first cross platform testing framework. So Webdriver, it was the first cross platform testing framework. So what is the Webdriver? So Webdriver was the first cross platform testing framework, and that could control the browser from the OS level. Okay, and that could control the browser from the OS level. So this is the birth of Webdriver. So nowadays Webdriver, so everyone nowadays, this is a trending today that everyone is using that Webdriver. Because why Webdriver? Because Webdriver can test the cross platform testing, and that can control the browser from the OS level. Okay, so that's why everyone is using the Webdriver. But day by day versioning has been changing. Okay, but versioning are changing. So this is the history of Selenium. So later that, as per diagram, so after that Selenium RC and and Webdriver both are merged together and created one Selenium 2. Okay, then new version Selenium 3 has come. Then Selenium, nowadays Selenium 4s are working. 4s are smoothly working. Okay, so this is the history of Selenium. Okay, so our today our agenda was that what is Selenium and a basic introductions of Selenium automation testing. Okay, so now guys, we are very much clear about that. So in my next video, I will discuss about something about automation testing related things. So if you guys have any doubt, please comment me. If you guys like my video, one thumbs up and share this video to your nearest friend and subscribe to my channel EduPaat and stay with me. So see you in the next videos. Thank you.